A marriage can survive many things. Distance, arguments, years of silence even. But there is one thing humans seems to unable to forgive. The moment they discover that the person they trusted was living another fucking life.
And that is where the law enters the story. Because when love collapses, people ask questions that sound simple. Who is responsible? The person who broke the promise, the person who helped break it, or the society that created rules in the first place?
Hello and welcome to Looskeh. I'm Suske.
And I'm Master Mingo.
Today we are talking about one of the most uncomfortable questions about human nature. Why do people who see themselves as good sometimes betray the people they love?
And more importantly, should the law punish betrayal? Because in the past years, we saw some strange things happen. The same society that says love is private started putting $1 million price tags on broken marriages.
One of the most controversial examples began with the name most people never expected to see in a marriage lawsuit. A former United States Senator, Sinema.
The case is Amel versus Sinema. In 2026, Heather Amel filed a lawsuit alleging that Sinema had a relationship with Matthew Amel, her former husband, who worked on Sinema's security detail. The lawsuit claims that the relationship contributed to the collapse of 14 years' marriage.
And this is where the uncomfortable question begins. Can someone outside a marriage legally be blamed for destroying it?
Careful, Suske. The law is not saying someone stole a person's like a property. The legal argument is that a marriage creates certain protected interests. North Carolina's alienation of affection law allows someone to sue a third party if they believe that person intentionally interfered with their marriage.
Isn't that the strange part? We live in a world where governments increasingly say your relationships are your private choices. Yet some courts still say your choices can create financial consequences.
Because freedom and responsibility are not opposites. You can have the freedom to make a choice and still be responsible for the damage that follows.
Or maybe society is trying to solve an emotional wound with a legal weapon. A broken heart can't be repaired with a check.
Maybe, but courts don't repair hearts. Courts create consequences. That is the difference.
And that, Mr. Mingo, brings us to the bigger mystery. Why do people betray others when they know the consequences? Because most people who cheat do not wake up and thinking I want to destroy my family today.
Exactly. And that is where psychology becomes more complicated than morality.
The human mind has a remarkable ability. It can hold two completely conflicting beliefs at the same time.
Psychologist Leon Festinger, this fella, called cognitive dissonance. When our actions conflict with our identity, the brain tries to reduce the discomfort.
The person doesn't necessarily change the view of themselves. They change the story.
They tell themselves, my relationship was already broken. My partner didn't understand me. It was only physical.
The betrayal remains, but the person creates a version of reality where they are still a hero of their own story. Interesting, isn't it?
Yes. And that is dangerous because once people believe their own justification, they stop seeing their actions clearly.
But then we face another uncomfortable question. Are people always looking for pleasure? Or are they sometimes trying to escape themselves?
That is where Esther Perel's work enters the conversation, not as evidence from specific individuals, but through anonymous clinical illustrations from couples therapy.
An argument is fascinating. Sometimes betrayal is not only about wanting another person. Sometimes it's about wanting another version of yourself. The person you were before responsibilities, routines, and expectations changed you.
That explains behavior. It does not excuse it.
And that distinction matters. Understanding why someone does something does not mean forgiving what they did.
Exactly. A criminal investigator studies why someone commits a crime. That does not mean the investigator approves the crime.
But what about people who build their entire identity around being morally good? Because sometimes the biggest shock comes when the person who fails is the person everyone trusted.
The public saw this with Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys. His public image was built around being a devoted husband. In 2022, his workplace affair became public. He acknowledged the relationship and he was removed from the company.
The reaction was intense because people were not reacting to the affair, they were reacting to the collapse of an identity. The men people thought they knew vanished.
Some psychologists discuss moral licensing as one possible framework. The idea that people who see themselves as highly moral may sometimes create unconscious permission systems. I sacrificed so much. I do so much good. Maybe I deserve this.
But we must be careful. We cannot look at one person and claim, this is exactly why they cheated. Human beings are not equations.
Finally, something we agree on.
Well, enjoy it. It may not happen often.
Very funny, but there is another force involved. Novelty. The human brain is attracted to new experiences, secret conversations, new attraction, and the feeling of being desired again.
Yeah, powerful feeling. But it's not an excuse. A feeling is not a command.
Yes, indeed. The brain can influence choices. It does not remove responsibility.
And this is where the law becomes fascinating. Because different scientists have answered the betrayal question in completely different ways.
Take New York. In 2024, New York repealed its own criminal adultery law. The state basically said private relationships should not be controlled by criminal law.
But compare that with North Carolina. A relationship can potentially become a civil lawsuit worth millions.
And that contrast reveals something important. Societies disagree about where personal freedom ends and social harm begins.
Then look internationally. South Korea spent 62 years criminalizing adultery, and people could face prison under Article 241.
Until 2015, when the Constitutional Court abolished the law, the court argued that the state should not interfere in private intimacy.
A society once said the government must protect marriage. Then later said the government must protect privacy.
And Iran represents an entirely different approach. Its legal system continues to treat adultery as a serious criminal offense with severe punishments written into law.
The question is not simply who is right. The deeper question is how much power should society have over human relationships?
Because every legal system is making a choice. Protect the institution or protect individual freedom.
And maybe betrayal reveals something uncomfortable about humanity. We want love to be permanent. We want promises to be stronger than temptations. We want good people to always behave like good people.
But people are complicated. They can love someone and still hurt them. They can believe they are honest while hiding the truth. They can defend morality while breaking their own rules.
Maybe the most frightening part of betrayal is not that monsters exist. It is that ordinary humans are capable of creating extraordinary justifications.
And maybe the responsibility is not pretending temptation does not exist. Maybe responsibility begins with recognizing it.
Because the biggest battles are not always fought in courtrooms. Sometimes they happen inside the human mind, between what we want and who we believe we are.
So the question remains, if someone can love their partner and still betray them, what does that reveal about human nature?
Maybe the answer is uncomfortable. It reveals that being a good person is not permanent identity. It is a choice we have to make repeatedly.
And every choice has consequences.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to Looskeh for more videos about law, human rights, and psychology, and the biggest questions shaping our world.
Tell us what you think in the comments. Can society punish betrayal? Or should love always remain outside the reach of the law?
Don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts below. I'm Looskeh.
And I'm Mr. Mingo.
See you in the next episode.
This is Looskeh.